Welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I am Ethan Simi, and today I am joined by two wonderful guests. First up is Des.
We come to this place for drafting.
I'm not sure how we're more than 100 episodes in, and you're the first person to ever say that. That feels both right and wrong at the same time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. And our second guest, Danny Jarabek.
Here to laugh, to cry, to care.
You almost go to AMC because I don't know the rest of that slogan because I'm a Regal boy. Regal or AMC, expand. You know, come to the Pacific Northwest. I want to be one of the crew. Today, we are drafting the movies of Zendaya and Robert Pattinson in a collaborative style draft. We're also going to be talking about the drama, the new film from A24 starring them both, which kind of spawned this draft a little bit. So here in just a few minutes, we are going to talk spoilers for the drama. We're going to talk about and review that film for just a little bit before we start drafting and doing a 13 slot collaborative draft for Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Two movie stars that honestly have very different yet similar filmographies and trajectories within Hollywood, and I'm very excited to talk about them. Des, congrats on losing the Film Bro draft. You know?
Oh,
good for you,
brother. You just put a pipe in it.
I lost. I feel like I lost too. So we're one and the same, you know? I actually don't know who won that draft. Do you know?
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin did win. Tough. Kevin didn't win by much. I came in second place. Just want to put that out there into the universe.
I didn't even get second. Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what position you finished in, but it wasn't second.
Right.
Because I'll never release. I'm never going to release.
By the way, it wasn't third either.
Right.
I didn't say that. I just said you lost. Also, a loser amongst losers, Danny. Congrats on losing the 21st Century Best Picture Winners Auction Draft. Good job.
Jesus. This guy stinks. I think we should go draft somewhere else.
Yeah,
huge
right.
Difference though. When you lost, Danny, you lost to me, brother. I was the winner of that draft. I did it. No kind words to say, just silence. Okay, cool.
That out of all of the times you've won, it's one that it's hard to argue with. You kind of just dominated it from beginning to end. You felt like you had unlimited money.
Yeah, I honestly stomped you guys. If listeners have not gone back and listened to that, I highly recommend it because it did feel like I had unlimited money. It also felt like nobody recognized that the movies I was drafting were good. And then we finished the draft and you and Jonathan were like, wait, all those movies are actually really good. I was able to get Oppenheimer, No Country for Old Men, Spotlight, and The Departed. And I got Argo for $1.
Ain't nobody checking for Argo.
Right. Thank you.
All the votes would disagree with that take, Des. Because I did win. And that felt good. Right. Felt good to win. I will say, immediately after I won that draft, I was called upon by a legendary member of the Movie Draft Podcast because I had tied her win total. This is, of course, Oppen Mommy herself, Sophie Holsinger. She hit me up and she was like, we can't let this stand. I need on a draft. So I'll just throw out a little teaser there. Sophie, coming back to the draft pod eventually, sooner rather than later. It's going to be a pretty good one. It's going to be a pretty good one, and I'm really, really excited for it. And I'm glad that me winning could cause an absolute uproar in the standings. I feel really good about that. But we're here to talk about two other people who are winning right now at the box office and otherwise. That would be Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Like I said, stars of the drama. I want to start with their question, and then we can kind of get into the drama because I know we all feel differently about this movie. And I'm really interested to try our hardest to talk about, review, give our opinions on a very crammed, packed, take-full movie in like 15 minutes because we have a draft that we have to do here as well. Des, I'll start with you. Zendaya, Robert Pattinson. Are they true movie stars? What do they mean to you? What's your relationship to them as actors?
I would start screaming right now, but it would fuck up your audio. I love them both so much. Like, I really do. Arpats, the truth, okay? Mr. Voice actor, like, he really has grown past the Twilight phenom. And I was a Twilight phenom truther, still am to this very day. So I saw his potential always. So to see his his talent being recognized today for what it is, I'm enthused. And I love seeing my girl Zendaya do her thing. Challengers, the drama. No, you didn't like it?
I didn't say anything. Just all movies that we're going to talk about here today, I'm sure. So you're day one Pattinson stan.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
His birthday, May 13th. It's a
really?
holiday. Yeah.
2 days after my birthday.
No one cares.
Okay, that's incredibly rude considering right before we started recording, we were talking about how we are going to celebrate my birthday together. But I guess that doesn't matter.
Whoa, I don't remember that happening.
Okay, it's whatever, honestly.
I blacked out.
Okay, so all movies that we're going to be talking about here on the draft. Danny, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, stardom, your relationship to them, are they good to like together? I think we should like use this as a way into the drama here.
Well, we're gonna learn this year if they are, because this is not the only appearance that they're gonna make together. But I will say that they hold a special place in my heart because I drafted both of them on the movie star draft.
You did,
and that contributed to my win on there. So I would have to say that their standing as movie stars is pretty solidified in draft lore, if nothing else.
Yeah, that's okay. Caught me a little off guard on the poll. Well done. I didn't know you were clocking wins like that and stats like that. You did draft Zendaya in the under 30 category. You drafted Robert Pattinson in the franchise lead category. Very interesting, considering he's joining Dune Part 3, albeit not as a lead, but he is part of a franchise. And of course, he has the Batman 2 slated for a future release as well, whenever they finish writing that movie. And I'll never release the tally, but I think I've alluded to this before. Just completely blew Eric and I out of the water. Just like by a hefty multiplier.
Didn't you release the tally on a different episode?
I think maybe I did. I think maybe wasn't this the draft where I was like, I'll never do this again, but I'm gonna release the votes right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we found out about the Danny bot.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, avid listeners of the show would know then what the tally is. So go find it. I'm not gonna release it right now, but you did win substantially.
He's
and you had
never
both of them
gonna
on your
release
team
it right now, but if you dig, he may release it.
You will find it. I think they're both very interesting actors, and I'm really fascinated about where our conversation is going to go, because looking at them, specifically like Robert Pattinson has a pretty robust filmography that you can kind of pinpoint a lot of different things. Of course, he does come from Twilight fame and all of that franchise, being a franchise lead, if you will. But there are very like pivotal moments and movies in his career where you can say, okay, I see he was trying to do something different here. I see he was trying to work with an auteur here. I see he was being weird here, whatever the case may be. Zendaya is really interesting too, because I don't know. She is a movie star, but she's been in like 3 movies. And I'm a little perplexed on that. But we're going to talk about it, and we're going to go through it and see how we do. One of those movies that Zendaya is in right now is The Drama. This is the new movie from A24, and I think we should talk about The Drama for a couple of minutes before we draft and do a collaborative draft of 13 movies. This movie is directed by Christopher Borgley, who previously did Dream Scenario, starring Nicolas Cage, and minor spoiler for that movie, the famed David Byrne large suit comes into play in that film. One of my greatest on-screen pieces of apparel. The Drama is about a happily engaged couple as they are put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. We are going to spoil this movie. If you do not want to be spoiled, skip ahead maybe 15 minutes. There will be a timestamp either in the notes of this episode or on YouTube, depending on how you listen, that you can jump to, and you will get to skip over this conversation. So, with that being said, Des, I kind of want to start with you. You are the highest on The Drama out of all of us. I want to start at the top of the mountaintop, and I want to descend into the depths of hell, because with me, that's where I find myself here. So
exactly,
I want to know your take on The Drama. I want you give me kind of the as rounded and concise of a take as you can on exactly why this movie worked for you.
Right. Okay. So you want to know something really crazy? I
Okay.
just talked about this movie today with my therapist because it is that
What?
serious to me. It's like I'm like, girl, you got to hear about this movie. But it just, I don't know. I think it really captures the way that people respond to others' wrongdoings, and
Mhm.
really, views moral high ground within themselves. And, granted, it's not perfect. There are a lot of things that aren't taken into context, race, gender, colorism. There's a lot of things that are, factors into the way that people grow up in society, and, when push comes to shove, why they do certain things. But I do think that with the way that everyone responds to Emma's big secret, her big plan, um, I think it's very interesting how everyone kind of positions themselves above her when, you know, there are so many things that led up to that incident. What stopped it, because it didn't happen, while it was a plan that she was practicing for, it is also still something that like didn't happen. But in the grand scheme of it all, it gives an interesting perspective to, oh, you did this bad thing, so you're bad forever. Or,
Mm,
there's certain things where, yeah, maybe when you do that one bad thing, you kind of are bad forever. But I think it does speak a lot about atonement and being taken to, the town square to yell shame at you for like the rest of your life. It's like,
sure.
how many times do you have to talk about this thing that you've done and before, it's no longer a part of the person that you are, and it's no longer representative of, the person you put yourself out there to be.
Mhm.
She had, I don't know, what was that? Maybe 15 years to, sit with that thing that she's done,
Almost, yeah.
pretty much half her life of something that she's done. But she has, done the work for herself, and, you know, she lives with it every day. She is deaf in one ear.
Hmm.
She knows she's reminded every day of the thing that she regrets, even planning. Um, but this is now new information to the rest of these people, which is why it's so surprising, and why we have to deal with everyone's shenanigans with understanding that information, because this is the first time they're hearing about it. She has digested this information and moved on from it, really. But
Mm.
it's
Okay. Yeah.
mhm,
I think those are all really fair and really, really good points. I think the movie does do a lot of that investigating
mhm,
quite interestingly.
mhm.
Danny, I want your take on the drama. Des, what did you rate the drama on Letterboxd? How many stars did you give
4.
it? 4 stars. Okay. I'm just trying to just like kind of get our bearings here on where
Right.
we're at. Danny, what's your take on the drama? Where are you at?
Yeah, I guess I'm the middle of the mountain, if that's the analogy that we're
Yeah,
continuing to
sure.
run with here.
Purgatory.
Before, yeah, right,
Hmm.
purgatory here. Um, I, I will say I found this movie fascinating for a couple of reasons. One of them is that it really stymied me like out of the theater. I really needed some time to like process where I stood with it, and had our conversation on our review over at the Rolling Tape, with some really great people that had a lot of interesting perspectives on it as well. And I still sort of exist in that middle ground, because I think a lot of what Des said is very true. I think there's a lot of really compelling ideas about moral high ground and the ways in which certain people control the narrative in a room, that dominates the narrative of how people perceive other people, right? I think those are all really interesting ideas. My where I sort of start to fade away from it is, while I think the wedding itself and the actual event is really riveting from just a like tension
Hmm.
standpoint, I think as the movie goes on, Emma's character starts to fade in a way that's less satisfying from a writing perspective. And I
Mhm.
think that there was a lot more that Borgley could have done to, I think, expand and add more nuance to Emma's position, because I think we start to delve really deep into just Charlie's perspective on the matter. And I think a lot of what happens with him isn't as interesting as some of the things that could have been done with Emma. So I think there's just some writing letdowns for me toward the back half. And ultimately, I think in their relationship where it ends doesn't feel completely earned by everything the movie does. I think a lot of its success in like talking about it for me is through context that we sort of fill in the gaps with the hindsight of the cultural conversation surrounding these topics and how we fill that in through our own understanding of it within culture right now. And I think that the movie just could have done more to express that on its own without relying on you to fill in gaps that I don't feel that the movie was fully aware of.
Can I ask you a question, Danny?
Sure.
Because you said that like it started focusing a little bit more like on Charlie's perspective. Now, I could argue that's like the whole point though, because they're so consumed with that one thing that she, a part of her past that she no longer resonates with, and they're so consumed by that thought that that's all that we're going to get of her because that's all that they see her as now.
Yeah, I think that's totally valid a way to read it, because when we're through Charlie's POV, we're getting his hyper fixation read on how to handle the situation psychologically, right?
Yeah.
I think it's because of the ending and because of this like fresh start that it's suggesting, where they're able to kind of begin again, right, through this social game that they're playing with each other that they've already tried about halfway through the movie as well. And because of that, because they've like, the movie gives them this restart in a way, I felt like the writing of Emma's character could have done more to earn that by like just her having more of a presence in the narrative of where that character goes. I feel like we kind of jump and we follow Charlie's mistakes in all that time, and she stays like very consistent. And I think that she could have evolved more throughout the conversation.
Okay. I'm curious, before I give my thought, Danny, how many stars did you give this on Letterboxd?
I gave it 3. So
this is fascinating.
Right around in the middle.
Yeah, we're right in the middle here. Okay, so I noticed neither of you had mentioned Alana Haim's character of Rachel, which I think is an important thing that I would like to at least like kind of gauge into just for like a brief moment in my thoughts. Did you guys think this movie was funny? Did the humor work for you guys?
In like a secondhand embarrassment kind of way, like a cringe comedy, uncomfortable when you're like facing an uncomfortable situation and you're the only way you can get through it is to laugh.
The scene with Zoe Winters and she's shooting her family, shooting the grandparents, TBD, like it's like that was, I thought was very interesting. But I think it was like kind of like Danny said, it's laughing through the uncomfortableness of the movie and kind of just laughing at like the hysterics that everyone's going through.
Okay. So I would like to see this movie again. I want to give it a second shot. So I'm not like coming from a place of like, this movie is bad and I don't like it and I will never rewatch it. Like I genuinely do want to revisit this movie after I've had some time. I didn't have any time to read any reviews today. I did want to read Richard Brody's review. I heard he was like pretty out on the movie as well, and I'm really curious how he kind of states that. And I know Robert Daniels and a bunch of other critics are like pretty in on this movie, so I'm really curious from a critical perspective, like where people are at. So I want to like offer it the opportunity to do that. I wonder for me if ultimately the movie like doesn't really have a lot of appeal because that kind of humor is not really my kind of humor. I found it really grating and like not funny at all. So like that sequence with Zoe Winters that everybody is talking about where it's like shooting grandparents TBD and then we'll shoot your mom and then we'll shoot your parents, and like it played more for me as like, I get it. I got it. We've got it. And that scene lasted like 8 minutes. So I think that's a personal problem for me where it just like I didn't attach myself to the style of this movie, which is really interesting because I really enjoyed Borgely's previous film, Dream Scenario, which has very uncomfortable humor as well. And it has like a sex scene that involves farting. Like it is very much an uncomfortable humor type movie. For this movie in particular, I guess I'm on the fence of, or I guess I'm like in the camp of like, I get what we're doing, and I just don't get why we're doing it. Like, it's just not super appealing to me. I find this idea very interesting and fascinating at its core of like, how do you view somebody as? Are they a moment in time? Are they forever evolving? Can you forgive them? Where do you, like, who's the first to throw the first stone? I do think this is very like 21st century Twitter pilled and like Twitter coded, where it's like, I know more than you do and I get to tell you about it and I'm not wrong and you're wrong kind of energy. And I can see what we're doing. And I do think there's some merit to what's going on. Specifically, Alana Haim's character, I think, is like arguably the most complex and the most interesting of the movie. And I think she is completely lights out in this movie. I'd love to see her take on more really prickly thematic themes like this in films and be an ultimate like A1 lead. I don't know if that'll ever happen, unfortunately, but I would love for that to be the case. But I guess, and I don't know, because I have not like said my thoughts quite out loud on this movie. I've just been like living in my own little bit of a bubble here. I found it pretty, like, again, unfunny, uninteresting in the way that it thought about these things. I like the psychological digress that we get from Pattinson's character of Charlie. To me, that's the most interesting thing about this movie. And I guess I wanted something different than the movie offered. And I know all the time on here we talk about like meeting a movie where it's at. A movie is what it is. It's not what you want it to be. And for that instance, I think this movie did not work for me. There's like a 10 to 15 minute stretch in the third act of this movie where Charlie really descends and things get really kind of out of hand. Things happen in his office. Things are brought into the wedding that are really prickly and I really, really like. But I think for me, it's because those things are more on like an emotional morality versus like an actionable morality of Emma's secret. And I find that a little bit more just something that like I was more attached to. It's also like Pattinson getting a little bit weirder as the movie goes on. And yeah, I don't know. This movie just like didn't work for me kind of at all. And I'm really sad.
Can I ask who everyone's favorite character is in this? Because Ethan, you said the character that Alana Haim plays. Des,
yeah,
Rachel. Who is it for you?
Why don't you answer and let me think about this?
I talked this through and I realize this may be like an out there answer, but I actually love what Haley Gates brings to this movie, the character of Misha. I constantly was like craving a control reaction from the group because I felt like everyone in the group had either a biased perspective or like a just neutral perspective. Like Mike, who wasn't really driving any of the decisions on how to perceive her, right? And then this character of Misha comes into play and she, you know, Robert Pattinson's Charlie is doing this like mind game of trying to play like some hypothetical where he's asking her like the exact details of the situation and how she would respond. And she's like pretty point blank on the spot is like, I would call the police. And I thought that was really valuable perspective, almost like an outsider who does have a relationship with Charlie, but it's professional until it's not professional, but comes later. But like it, you know, she's not in the friend group, so she doesn't have like a vested stake in the situation. And also we're still under the guise that it's a hypothetical at that point in time. So it kind of offers this like control group in a way. And I just think the way she plays it is really captivating. So, you know, it's a minor part of it, but I really appreciated that aspect.
Still haven't figured out. Well, I'll buy you another second, Des, because Haley Benton Gates' last 4 movies, or I guess like pretty much like last 4 movies, an absolutely unbelievable run. The Drama, The Moment, Marty Supreme, Challengers, and then she does Uncut Gems a few years before that, which is just ridiculous filmography.
She's like somehow just, I don't know what her like friendship relationship is to people in Hollywood, but she's like in with the cool kids, right? Like she's
Yeah.
in whatever the cool movie of the moment
The
is,
friend
not
of
to
the
play
cool
the
kids.
pun,
Yeah.
but she's got that on lock, and
Yeah.
she has the untitled Charlie XCX Tekashi Mike role.
Dang,
as
really?
well. Yeah.
Wow.
So like whatever is like the cool thing happening, she is in.
Just like follows her way in there. Okay, Des, who's your favorite character? And then we're going to draft.
Emma.
Okay. I think obviously there's a lot to talk about the drama. And I do think that it is a very divisive movie. I give it 1.5 stars. So I'm 1.5 stars. Danny's 3. Des, you're 4. We all fall way differently on this movie for a lot of different reasons. And like I said, I want to watch this movie again. My wife wants to watch this movie. I have not spoiled it for her. She doesn't know anything about this film other than the trailer, which I'm really curious to see her take on this movie. Like I want to rewatch it with her to figure out how she reacts to a movie like this. I think there's a lot of good things in this movie, just like didn't work for me at all, which I was really bummed out about.
I think we need to offline a further discussion about this, not to get real corporate up in here, but we need to put this in the parking lot and talk about this later.
I think this is ripe for the movie draft podcast Patreon. We'll see. Maybe the drama kicks it off. Okay. Now that we've talked about the drama, a movie that we might not be done talking about, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in this draft. We are going to be doing a collaborative draft of both Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. So between them, I didn't do the count. Do you guys know the count? How many films are we working with here? I think we're working with, close to 30-ish.
Oh, the total.
Yeah,
amount
it's like
in
the amount of movies versus like how
the
many
amount we want to play.
Actually,
right. So
yeah, because there's probably like 7-ish or 6-ish that aren't gonna get drafted because
how many we're
franchise.
allowed to work with.
Right.
Yeah,
it's probably closer to like 25 to upper 20s then in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. So with that in mind, we're gonna have 13 slots on this draft. What's important? What's our exercise here? What is the goal now? What are we trying to accomplish? Are we doing like a Hall of Fame-ish? Are we doing equal for both Zendaya, Robert Pattinson? Do we want this to be our list? Do we want this to be a list of the people? What's the mode here?
I have a question. I know
you can't just answer my question. You have to ask a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we just putting a cap on the
I'm not to logistics yet, Des. I'm not to logistics. You gotta wait for the logistics categories rules part of the notes. I will not be answering that at this time.
Ethan, don't make me cuss you out in your own home.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Can I answer your question?
Yes, please. That's why I posed it.
Right,
trying to make a podcast here, you know?
Well,
go, Danny. Go.
First of all, I think it's going to be really challenging to balance this between the two. Yeah. Just in sheer quantity, this is going to be Pattinson heavy.
Pattinson heavy, for sure. There's no question. That's why I said at the top of the episode, it's like Zendaya's got like 5 eligible movies here. Pattinson has like 8, 16, 17.
5.
Like it just feels off kilter.
Yeah, right. Which I think sets up for a hard draft strategy. I honestly prepping for this and starting to like put together my like rankings of how I would assess them. It was a very awkward list because it made no sense without the context of why I was listing it like that, because I would have certain movies I really love as a whole really low based on like scope of role in the film, and it was, you know, off balance between Pattinson and Zendaya. I think this is a weird one because I think there's a lot of different ideas you can approach this with, and quality of overall film versus performance is always a question on actor-based drafts. And I think I try to lean in the direction of extracting the performance to the best of my ability. But of course, I think the overall film sensibility it's hard to completely separate yourself from that.
Yeah. That is ultimately always the question is it the actor that we're drafting or is it the movie that they're a part of? That is always kind of the tipping point. I'm really curious where we go with that. Is this like most important Pattinson roles? Best Zendaya roles? Like most important Zendaya roles? I think I'm finding myself somewhere in the middle. I made a short list of each of them and kind of color-coded where I want things out on the list. And I chose things for a particular reason that I'm like prepared to be like, I think this should be on the list because it's important, and here's why. And so
That's crazy.
I feel prepared. I feel
that's
ready.
the crazy thing. You're prepared.
Who would have thought that the guy who runs the show would finally come prepared one day?
Who would have thunk it? Not me.
I'm what draft is this? Like 100
or 117? 117, baby.
Christ.
We're up there.
2+ years to get ready.
Yeah, gosh, it's all been amounting to this, even though I haven't seen probably 60% of these films. Did you guys watch anything, rewatch anything in prep? We all obviously saw the drama. Anything else come across the slate for this draft?
I've seen everything I've ever needed to in my life.
So. That's going to be fascinating when it comes to something that Ethan and I want to draft and Des hasn't seen it.
Yep. Prepared for that. Really excited.
I'm going to pin that comment there. We're going to come back to that.
When we play that movie, Danny, I will take that snippet. I will play it back. And Des will be like, "That's weird. I haven't seen that." No, I don't have that much time on my hands.
Tenet?
I've seen that
movie. I've seen it. Yeah.
JDW draft.
JDW draft when? That's what I'm saying.
Never.
Okay. So this is a collaborative draft. So whether the strategy is to go for the win, get the movies that you want on the board in the position you want them on the board, or work together as a collaborative team, which is the whole fucking point of this exercise. There's only going to be one team standing at the end of this, a collaborative board, essentially ranking the 13 best, most important, coolest, most fascinating movies for both Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. As always with collaborative drafts, a special shout out to Screen Drafts, a wonderful podcast that has influenced this draft layout. And I've been specifically called out on collaborative drafts in the past as being so poor at collaborative drafts that Screen Drafts would never let me on. Whoever you were that put that comment, I appreciate you. Thanks for putting me in my place. And I'm glad that I have my own podcast and you can buy a microphone too. Let's talk about honestly, probably. Let's explain the picks and the abilities of the draft. Des, I know you have some logistical questions and I want to get to them. We're going to do it. Okay. So This is a 13 movie, 3-person draft. There are more than 13 movies available, which by default make the draft a little bit easier, but maybe not. Maybe we don't agree on things and maybe things slide and don't make the list. Drafter A is going to get picks 1, 4, 7, and 10 with 2 vetoes. They're going to get a true number 1 pick because we're not limited to the 13 movies. Drafter B is going to get picks 2, 5, 8, and 11 with 1 veto and the only veto override of the draft. Now, the caveat with the veto override cannot be used on your own pick. So if Des plays Twilight at 10 and Danny vetoes it, but Des is the person with the veto override, she cannot play it on her own pick. It's got to come from somebody else. Drafter C is going to get picks 3, 6, 9, 12, and 13, 1 single veto. So they're going to get the most picks on the board, the least amount of abilities. Depends on really what you want and what you feel the energy of the draft is. When I spin the spinner, whoever it lands on first will get to pick which drafter spot they want to be. That is the bonus of the collaborative draft. Des, if you will, please ask your question.
Thank you. I mean,
yes, of course.
I come to this place to ask the questions. So, are we just putting a cap on, because there's a lot of franchise work going on in here? Are we just putting a cap on the one franchise of Twilight because there's a lot of movies in there? Like there's 3 Spider-Man movies that Zendaya has been a part of. There's 2 Dunes, and a partridge in a pear tree at this point. So it's like, what are we doing here?
So I think this is a good question. We talked about this offline in our group chat, and I had thrown out putting a cap on Twilight because I can't have a board with however many Twilights there are, 9. I don't know.
Good.
We're gonna cap at 1 Twilight, and this was met with great aplomb from both of you. No qualms, no problems whatsoever.
I commented on it.
No, you were, Des specifically, very unhappy with that call, and I said it's my podcast and make the rules. So with that, I want to bring it to you guys. I think it's a great question, and I actually think we should be fair across the board. I'm pro capping all franchises at 1 entry. So 1 Dune entry, 1 Spider-Man entry, 1 Twilight entry. I think we'll make drafting a little bit more intriguing in the picks. What do you guys say to that?
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think the hardest one is Dune because really, if we're drafting Zendaya for Dune, we're doing it for Dune Part 2. So
yeah,
it probably makes the most sense to just lump it together either way. They're also like kind of one really long movie.
Sure. I guess neither of you care about Spider-Man, right?
What?
Des, where are you at on Spider-Man? I thought you didn't care.
Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Spider-Man. Yeah.
You excited for Brand New Day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I literally can't tell if you're being honest or not.
I'm thrilled.
Wow. Say it with a little bit more enthusiasm.
I love Spider-Man. Oh my God. Okay. No, I love Spider-Man.
I'm also very excited. Okay. With that in mind, I think it's smart because then we kind of have to whittle down what Spider-Man we want for Zendaya. We have to talk about Dune. We have to talk about Twilight. Like, I think there's some good conversations to be had there. So 1 entry into each franchise for each actor. We've agreed on that. Are there any other things we need to agree on logistically here?
Wait, I have a proposal, a real collaborative proposal. What if we just right now off the dome, we pick which movie from the franchises are the ones that are eligible to go into? Because I feel like we're all kind of like on like the same page. I feel like we're kind of on the same page with it.
So you're throwing out we pick the one that's eligible now.
Yeah.
So and we like then, word bank it.
And then we bank it, and then we have to determine where, if at all, it goes on the list versus getting struck with like a random movie later.
I think that's a collaborative move because then it avoids the situation of one of us putting up the one that's wrong in the other two's eyes.
I like this idea. Let me play devil's advocate for a second. Part of the fun of the collaborative draft is ultimately getting to spot number 4 and someone whipping out a complete bullshit pick at number 4 and ruining the board. That doesn't strike you guys as fun? Me. Okay, right. If anything, doing word banking these like saves us.
That had some venom behind it. Okay, right.
I'm helping you guys.
Right. You're looking out for us. How do you guys feel about that? You feel good? It'd kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm cool. You cool? Okay.
Danny, are you cool?
I'm cool.
You cool, bro?
You don't sound cool.
You don't sound very cool to me.
Okay. Let's make a mental note here. This is a test. We're gonna trial run this. Okay, so this is an on-the-fly trial run as proposed by Des. This does not set a precedent for future collaborative drafts. This is we're just going to see how this goes. Okay? So, Danny had mentioned Dune Part 2. Are we all in alignment on Dune Part 2 being the Dune that we choose?
Sure. I've never seen it.
I thought you said you'd seen every movie that you need to for this draft.
Yeah,
insert the audio.
I don't need to see those. I don't need to see them.
I think you do. Spider-Man, Danny, you have no vested interest in this because you don't give a shit about comic book movies. So no vote on this one. I have an argument for one, but Des, I want to know your take first. Do you have one that you want?
Yeah, it's gonna be No Way Home.
Okay. So I disagree with that.
I could make an argument for Far From Home.
Really? This is interesting. So I went with Homecoming because it is her. No. Because I treated this as like kind of a Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame thing where like that's the one where she's introduced as MJ. She is the MCU MJ after that. Homecoming is the moment it happens, right? So I feel like that's important in her character. What's your argument for either?
Okay, Homecoming, that's a bad movie. I can't stay awake the entire time at all.
Wow.
That's snooze fest.
Absurd take. It's crazy.
I feel like if we're going to make that case for, why you're selecting Homecoming, I could say the same thing for No Way Home, just because of her involvement in the movie. Let's talk about that scene with, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and MJ. Iconic. And she was an integral part to, the the plot.
I would, and this is insane for me to say, but I would rather go No Way Home instead of Far From Home. I feel like if we put Far From Home on the board, I would be just following my Jake Gyllenhaal Mysterio heart, and I can't let that overtake my Zendaya heart. So you wanna opt to bank No Way Home?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put up Spider-Man No Way Home, and pick the Twilight that we're gonna bank here. I've only ever seen one. I've seen one.
Danny,
Twilight
any
movie.
thoughts?
I couldn't tell you one thing that happens in any of those 3 movies.
And so what we're not going to do is pick Breaking Dawn Part 1. Let me tell you that right now. So you're either going to pick the first Twilight or the second one.
Right. So
we're
we...
on the Twilight now. I was still on Spider-Man.
You don't even like the movies.
Can we sustain my argument for Spider-Man because it didn't stick? Can we bring it to Twilight and bank the first Twilight and say this is what made Pattinson the franchise star that he was and brought him into the limelight?
I want to put it on record that if I had the choice, I would pick Breaking Dawn Part 1, but I'm okay with the first Twilight.
You'll have to be because it's 2 beats 1.
What's the Breaking Dawn Part 1 sitch? What's the deal with that?
Oh, God.
I think it's the best one.
Oh.
No, you're so silly for choosing that though. It's just silly behavior.
So we're almost 50 minutes into this pod. We've yet to draft, and that is ultimately the goal of this podcast, is called the Movie Draft Podcast. So we should draft. We banked in this new exercise that we've done, possibly creating a little bit of consternation. We'll see. We've banked Dune Part 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to play a movie from any of those franchises, it has to be that movie from that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that seems fair. Are you guys ready to draft?
Let's do it.
Well, we need an order.
Here we go. So we're gonna try and get the order here. Anybody have like a spot that they want?
Honestly, I'm kind of fine with any of them.
You're good with either. Okay, I do have one that I'm hoping for. Danny's gonna get to choose first.
Before
absolutely not. I know how the wheel works. As soon as you say what you want, you don't get it. Okay. Whew.
No, but I'm legitimately like, if you have a preference, because I'm fairly open. So if in the spirit of collaboration, like if you have a preference, I might consider leaving that open.
It's a little suspicious how well we've collaborated so far, given the draft hasn't even started. So maybe we're just getting all the collaboration out of the way now. I don't know.
We're pre-collaborating.
We are pre-collaborating. So part of me wants drafter C because it's got the most amount of picks and they're low on the board. Sometimes in drafts like this, I personally opt for those because I have some maybe off-kilter picks that I know are not going to be played in the top 8, but I want them on the board. And this is my best shot to get them on the board. Having said that, that's what I would want. Now, I don't get to choose first. So
I'm going to honor that because I wanted B.
Oh, how exciting. Okay. I legitimately thought you were going to be like, get fucked. I'm taking C. So I'm glad you didn't. Thanks.
That would have been a crazy move on a collaborative draft to be like, what spot do you want? Oh yeah, actually, I'm going to take that.
Actually, now that you say it, that's the one that I want. Okay. So Des, you're going to get picks 1, 4, 7, and 10 with 2 vetoes. You're going to be drafter A. Danny, you're going to be drafter B, and you are going to get picks 2, 5, 8, and 11. You're going to get 1 veto and the single veto override. Infamously difficult to deploy on the collaborative draft. So I guess best of luck in
I've never
using
deployed
that.
it. I don't think I've ever had it.
Let's try today.
Let's see what happens. See what goes down. It's fun when it comes out to play.
Yeah.
Pretty good time.
I'm really interested in using it because this could go so many different directions, and I have a feling something crazy is going to happen.
I get picks 3, 6, 9, 12, and 13 with a single veto. So I'm going to kick us off here on the Zendaya Robert Pattinson collaborative draft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to go to my short list here, and I'm going to opt for a movie that I don't think really should be any higher on a list like this, but I think should be on the list. And, well, Danny, can we sidebar for a second?
Absolutely.
I'm here.
So this movie that you and I have seen that Des hasn't seen.
Okay.
I'm just worried it's not going to make the list.
Oh, it will.
Oh, it will. Okay, so I
promise you it will.
don't need to worry about this here.
Don't worry about it right now.
Great. Perfect. Let's stay as vague as possible. This is great. I love this. So this frees up another spot. Other movie that we have seen that we have discussed offline privately. Has Des seen it? Do we know?
What movie?
I don't know. Let me do a quick check.
I don't think so.
Outside of the group chat?
No comment at this time.
What?
I love how I was like, let's draft, and then I'm immediately not drafting. I'm taking 10 minutes of vamping to figure out what we're gonna do.
Conspired against me?
I don't see it logged.
I just want you to know I'm open to sidebars as well.
I don't see it logged. I don't see Des logging it.
Famously famous for
keeping things updated on Letterboxd.
I just logged something from like 2 months ago.
Do I need to play it here, Danny? Or are we gonna? Can we play it?
No, brother, no.
Okay,
brother.
I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it.
I'm so curious.
Shoot,
Ethan, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm eyeing spots for both of those in my pick order. That's
looking pretty good.
That's up there.
That's up there. Okay, I will respect that. I am gonna play. What if we played the drama here, guys? What if we put the drama at 13? Does that seem appropriate? Like a good way to start and be like, they're both in this movie. This is their collaborative board together. They're in a movie together. They have 2 more movies coming out together this year. One more movie, 2 more movies, and
2.
they're gonna be big together. I feel like the drama is a good place to start.
Cool.
I'm going to put the drama 13. I'm going to do it.
I like that. Yeah.
It's not crazy high for me on Pattinson's performances, and which is kind of wild to say because I've also seen a lot of people say this is one of their favorite performances, which I don't totally buy into. It's higher for me on Zendaya performances, but that's not as deep of a well as we've already laid out.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. Like, what is this? Zendaya is Michi Smallfoot? Like, what? Guys, what's going on here?
It's just a numbers game.
Yeah, it's a number. And unfortunately, like, a large portion of Zendaya's career is either dedicated to Disney Channel or Euphoria or Spider-Man. Like, those are like the 3 big buckets that she's been in so far. I know it's going to change. She's got a lot of good stuff coming out this year. Obviously, she's going to be in the Odyssey, another Spider-Man movie, Dune Part 3 and the Odyssey, the 2 movies that her and our Pats are going to share together. And then she's doing a voice in Shrek 5. So taking after Pattinson a little bit, going the voice acting route.
I'm so curious on what this is.
Okay. We did discuss the drama already. We're good on thoughts on that, right? Like, we're good to move on to slot number 12 here.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Des has beef with both of us on it, but
I think she does too. Yeah, I think you do.
Another time.
See, that's the hack about these pods is my bad takes just don't get to live very long. I just get to move on to the draft because we got to keep going. So I've got slot number 12. I didn't really think the drama. I didn't come into this thinking of playing the drama at 13. So it's kind of thrown me a loop a little bit because the 2 movies that I was referencing, Danny, I was like, get them on the board now. And then we'll figure out the rest later. But I feel pretty good about where we're headed. 12 seems like a likely spot for a movie both of you have a big fucking problem with. And I really like.
I know what he's going to do.
So in 12, I'm putting Tenet here. And this is this is Robert Pattinson as Neil. Of course, Tenet is Christopher Nolan's time warp movie about a protagonist played by John David Washington, a pod favorite among all guests and hosts alike, and the world of Twilight espionage and what goes down in time interpolation and pincer moves. This should be on the board for 2 specific reasons. 2 specific reasons for Pattinson. Number 1 is the moment that he first meets the protagonist in this movie and talking about how he doesn't drink on the job and then orders, I believe, a Coke. And I think that's great stuff from Pattinson. Second is the end when Neil says that he'll see him again and kind of has the realization of the protagonist. I think he's really good in a role like this. I would love to see Pattinson do more action things. I think he's really good. And I like him in this role. And I think it's an important movie for his filmography, working with Christopher Nolan, going to work with Christopher Nolan again this summer, working in like a movie that is such a high level of technical proficiency, I think is really cool. And it's Tenet.
Yeah, you actually could have played this higher.
Fuck, seriously?
Not even gonna hold you. Yeah, I love
the only
movie.
reason I put it at 12 is because I was like, well, if I played at 9, Des is gonna veto it and it's never gonna make the list.
Yeah, so I have said I like the movie. I just don't like JDW.
Okay.
You know what?
I must have not remembered that part.
That's kind of where I'm at too. I think he's a really boring lead actor, but in rewatching it, I think I increased my rating between my theater watch and my rewatch.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well,
look at you being silly.
This is the thing with collaborative drafts. You know, you get a little intimidation from the open spots on the board. Yeah, I don't really know quite where to put things sometimes. So, all right, we're gonna stick it, right? Tenet's sticking at 12.
Yeah. Okay. Where else is it gonna go? I'm not gonna veto it higher.
Okay. No. How high would you have let Tenet play?
Maybe like 7 or 8.
God damn it! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, it's cool. It's on the board. I'm here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time.
I'll actually say this, Ethan. I put a letterbox list together of the R-Pats and Zendaya movies that I've seen, and Tenet was 12. So I'll give you credit there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on the money. Right on the nose. Great movie. Elizabeth Debicki just being tall. You love to see it. Okay.
Right.
Danny, you're up for 11.
Up for 11. Okay. I've got 2 ideas I could go with here. One would cause outrage and probably an active veto. And
should do it.
The other is a movie that I kind of just want to play because I'm not sure if it will otherwise. So I do think I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to play Die My Love for 11.
Nice.
This, of course, Lynn Ramsey's film from last year, follows Robert Pattinson as Jackson with his partner Grace, played by Jennifer Lawrence, and they're welcoming a child, and the rural isolation of their situation starts to really spiral.
I really wanted to catch this movie before this draft. Unfortunately, a little behind the scenes, we were supposed to record 1 week from now, so we could have a little bit more watching time. And I so generously offered to move it forward. So I shot myself in the foot on that one a little bit, and I did not get to watch Die My Love. This is a good movie. Should I check it out?
I really enjoyed it.
I really like Die My Love a lot. I am like Lynn Ramsey's biggest fan, I like to say. I've supported her films for a long time. I think all of them are near perfect, and this one's, it's not my favorite, but I do really like what it has to say.
Okay. We're good here? Des, no thoughts on Die My Love?
I thought it was incredible. I didn't have the best theater experience for it. I actually texted Danny when it happened, because it happened right after we had a recording where we talked about like our theater experiences. And I had to yell at old people in the movie.
That's no good.
From my seat, I said, "Hey, the movie's starting. Can you stop?" And then they stopped.
And you said it exactly like that, right? No louder.
I'm being considerate of the audio that you have to record. So,
that's so kind of you. That's the second time you've been so considerate about post-production here on this pod. It really means a lot. Thank you.
I thought it was incredible.
Okay. I feel comfortable with it here because I really like Pattinson's performance, but it is Jennifer Lawrence's movie for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Without spoiling the movie or anything like that, is this, I guess I'm looking at the board holistically, trying to get a good encompassment of like Zendaya and Robert Pattinson doing different things, being different characters, doing different roles. Is Pattinson, are we like more on like the weirdo crazy side? Are we like doing deep dark emotional stuff? Are we doing like solemn monotone things? What's the Pat's aura here on Die My Love?
Oh, where does he stand in Die My Love?
Yeah, just like what aura is he bringing to that movie, so I know what kind of aura we have on the board here. Does that make sense?
He's definitely not nearly as like goofy silly as he's been in other movies. It's more serious, grounded relationship drama that gets like very intense.
I would say, like, from the perspective of Jennifer Lawrence's character, he's kind of like the villain, I suppose. Like, because it is like about her postpartum, and just her processing that, and whether he knows it or not, he does contribute to that. So it does make like her situation worse.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's sort of like his passive lack of ability to deal with what she needs.
Okay. Man, I really want to check this movie out. Okay. We've got 3 on the board. We got 10 to go. Des, you've got your first pick of the draft.
I do. And I think I know what movie you guys are trying to play in my face about. So what if I play it here if you guys want to keep it on the board? And if you guys want to veto it, you guys can. Does that feel right?
Yeah, you're trying to play the movie that him and I are talking about in secret, in public?
Maybe. Could be.
I mean, I'm so curious to see if you get this right.
It's the only movie that I haven't seen on here.
Okay.
And I mean, because I've seen anything Zendaya that I need to see. You know what I mean? So it has to be Robert Pattinson. Once again, seeing everything I've need to see. But what if you guys don't want to actually play the movie?
What if wrong?
Pattinson's got a pretty deep well of like sort of small, obscure early stuff too.
Yeah. There's a very specific movie that actually comes from A24. I don't plan on playing it. I don't think it'll be on the board, but I don't think very many people at all have seen it. And it's kind of an interesting like talking point in Pattinson's career. We'll have to talk about it with honorable mentions at the end of the pod.
Oh, unless I bring up The Rover, because I'm going to play that at some point.
Wow, really? That was The Rover. I was talking about The Rover. Are you for real?
Yeah. Oh, God, I fucking love The Rover.
Goddamn. Play it here. Play it at 10. That's a great spot for The Rover.
It is a good spot for The Rover, isn't it?
This is Rover territory, baby. Right here.
I think 8 through 10 is good Rover territory, for sure.
Yeah. The Rover... Okay, I'll save conversation for if we play The Rover. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here.
No, that's true.
2 David Michôd movies available here with Pattinson. Fascinating.
You know what? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's put The Rover here. I like The Rover here.
That's sick, Des. That's really cool. All right, cool. Can you speak on The Rover for a second? What's it about?
Australian. Dog. John Wick.
Yeah. So this movie is this is a 2014 little A24 gem, in my opinion.
One of their first movies.
Yeah, one of their very first movies, directed by David Michôd, who did Christie last year, the much maligned Sydney Sweeney movie. He also did The King. That's the other Pattinson movie I was referencing here. Might talk about it, might not. This movie is basically a two-hander between Robert Pattinson and Guy Pearce, and takes place 10 years after a severe economic collapse in Australia. And basically they get robbed, and then they have to go find the people who robbed them. And it's really uneasy. It's pretty dark, and it takes some turns that are like pretty intense. Really, really cool edited, really well edited movie. I think a really, really cool movie in general. I haven't seen this for a while, but I remember really digging The Rover.
I think I cried the last time I watched it. I think I cried both times.
Yeah. Guy Pearce plays Eric, who's a lone drifter, and his car is his only possession. When a gang steals it, Eric comes across the injured Ray, who's played by Pattinson, left behind by the car thieves. The pair form an unlikely uneasy alliance. I think this is an interesting movie to put on the board for Pattinson. He's doing something in this movie I've never really seen him do in any other movie. And he's like doing weird voice things and being like weird and pretty stupid and just different. He has like a lisp, if I remember correctly. Like he's doing like really weird things, right?
I think that with no, Danny, you go.
I mean, I was just gonna say I think it's an interesting moment because I think we should also maybe touch on where these movies come in their respective careers, because they both started in the world of either franchise or like big IP / the Disney machine territory, like very mass audience material, and then like had to figure out how to pivot out of that. And Rover comes in 2014, just a couple of years removed from the Twilight territory. And he worked on a couple of movies simultaneous to Twilight with some other things in the earlier 2010s, but this is like the first one where he's like clear of Twilight, I think.
This comes out 2 years after Breaking Dawn Part 2, his first project after the franchise. Des, you like this movie? Okay. Have you seen The Rover, Danny? You've seen it.
I've seen it a long time ago. I remember doesn't he sing in the movie?
I think so. I think he has like a karaoke scene in the car, right?
I like when he sings in movies. He like does his thing.
It's a good take.
Twilight.
Okay, so The Rover has been played. Oh, this board is really. Can I say something real fast?
Sure, it's your pod.
Okay, that was unnecessary. We're having a great time. We're being very collaborative. I think this is a wonderful, delightful time we're having so far.
Yeah.
I'm worried. We've already played 4 movies. We have 9 to go. I know 9's a lot. I am getting a little bit worried, as so often happens with collaborative drafts, where kind of like to have a little bit of fun with the bottom half of the board, and then we get to 6 and we're like, we're fucked, because we have to play 5 movies and we only have 6 spots. So maybe just something for us to keep in mind. I think that's why I petitioned for The Rover at 10. I think that was a great playful zone.
My top 7 on my list are still unplayed. So
okay,
right now that feels like still a good zone where all of those could come off the board. But in my top 7 are not living a couple of things that I know are going to get played. So
yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried now because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 movies green on my short list that I would like played.
I have 10.
Okay, trouble is ahead. Okay, I've got the 9th spot. We got 1 movie with both Zendaya and Pattinson, and then we got 3 Pattinsons in a row. We should probably pivot. You guys think we should go back to Zendaya here?
Well, what are you trying to pivot with?
Depends on what you pivot with, yeah.
I feel like 9 is a really great spot for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
This is where I think it's the right call. If you're going to pivot, I was like, this feels right. There was another pivot where I was like, I don't think it's the right time yet.
So obviously she's in Dune Part 2, and then she's in a couple other bigger movies that I think need to be higher up the board, and we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. I think 9 is a great spot for Spider-Man No Way Home. Kind of the what was at the time the cap on like the trilogy of Spider-Man movies, introduced the multiverse. I think the movie as a whole represents a lot for Marvel, the MCU, for Spider-Man, in particular for Zendaya. Let's see. Spider-Man No Way Home comes out in 2021, and she is doing Spider-Man at this time for...
Was that December 17th?
4 years.
18th?
I couldn't tell you if it was December 17th or 18th, but I can't tell you that Homecoming came out in 2017. Then we got Far From Home in 2019, and No Way Home stuck in 2021. And that was a very big deal at the time. Made a lot of money. It was a huge movie. And I think this is what's so fascinating to me about Zendaya. She really chose the right franchises to join early in her career with both Dune and Spider-Man. She really nailed those. They are multi-billion-dollar franchises that are still running and they're still going, and they're staple movies of the box office, specifically in 2026. And I think that bodes really, really well for her and her career and her visibility as a movie star.
And found her husband.
This is true. Wow. You guys, where are you at on the AI photo of them at their wedding?
It's so weird.
So weird, yeah.
It's very, very strange that we live
very
in that
uncomfortable.
timeline.
And it's even weirder that like people keep like bringing it up to her.
Yeah.
Like, guys, that's not weird to you guys. What's going on here?
Strange.
Like, I feel like there's so many things that I would want to ask her or like interview her about, and you choose to do that. That's like when it's this weird it's this boundary that people are really like crossing these days with really bringing the fan stuff to celebrities when there really should be that boundary. Stop bringing fan fiction to celebrities. Stop letting them know what AO3 is. I saw a clip of them showing Noah Wiley a drawing of Huckle Robbie. Stop. What are we doing, guys? You have to cut that out. Like it's a weird thing, and it really kind of blurs the lines, and it kind of distances celebrities from fans, but not in a good way. I mean, there should always be a separation, but like it's now they're weirded out by people about things that they shouldn't have any idea about unless they look it up themselves.
Agreed. Yeah. Do we have any takes on Zendaya as MJ? Anything you guys want to get off your chest? Danny, how do you feel as Zendaya as MJ?
Do you care?
Once again, I couldn't tell you one aspect of any of these movies.
Can we do like 3 episodes, like every episode of watch along in prep for Brand New Day? Like Danny watches Spider-Man for the first time and every episode is just a watch along?
I would be obsessed.
I've seen them. Like I've gone to the theater and seen them, but it's like the Marvel machine is like in one ear out the other. Like I just don't pay attention.
Okay.
I gotta be honest, seeing the Brand New Day trailer like really like sparked something in my soul.
I want to feel that.
Is it the brand new trailer? The Brand New Day trailer is the most viewed trailer of all time, I think, right now. Right?
I feel like you just be saying shit just to say shit.
But
what I can tell you is I have many edits in my TikTok saves and send outs. I'm like, hey, look at this new edit. Look at this new edit. It's a 3-minute trailer, barely even that. And I've seen a billion different edits based off of it. Like it's just beautiful.
Yeah. So 2 points here. Spider-Man Brand New Day makes history as the first movie trailer to cross 1 billion views. I was right. Also, second point to Danny, if you don't feel anything for this Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, which arguably is fine. It doesn't look the best. It's a little unappealing. There is a fan edit of this trailer set to Ode to the Mets by The Strokes. And I suggest you find this edit. It'll change your life. It's impeccable work from the fans.
I need that.
Yeah, it's great stuff. It's on TikTok. I probably bookmarked it. So it's out there. Someone's doing the Lord's work. I have too many bookmarks. I can't go through them. I don't have time.
let me write that down so I can make sure to do that later.
Yeah, all of my Heat fan edits set to Charlie XCX.
What's Heat?
Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home at 9. We feel good about that. Any other thoughts? This will be the end of the Spider-Man conversation. This is what we've determined is the one play.
Yeah. No, what's Ethan, what's your favorite part about No Way Home? Like your favorite like fan service edit part of it?
My fan service edit of it, like on social media?
Like, I mean, well, it could be that. It could just be the movie itself, but like it's all the fan service is edited.
I've said it a lot on this pod, and I still haven't rewatched this movie since seeing it in the theater. So I don't know how well this will hold up. But my absolute favorite moment of this movie, and why I go to bat for this movie so hard, is the moment where Peter is on top of the roof, and we get Tobey Maguire, we get Andrew Garfield basically being like, this is how it is, man. Like this is tough shit. Like you're gonna have to figure it out, and we all have each other now. I think is some of the very best stuff that the MCU has done, like in totality. And I remember seeing this movie. I probably saw it a few times in theaters. I remember seeing this like either on the second or third time, just like pretty much sobbing, just being like, this is what I've always wanted from my Spider-Man. So what about you?
I love when they're all swinging on their webs and then they all do like their specific poses. I'm like,
so great.
Absolute cinema.
So great.
Oh my goodness.
The callback to my back is hilarious, by the way. Just back when the MCU was funny. You know, we used to do good things.
We used to laugh.
What if I answered your question? I was just like, yeah, when they kill Aunt May, that's my favorite part of the movie. What if I just went really dark on you?
Then you need to sort that out. maybe you need to sort that out with
your therapist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Talk about that movie to your therapist.
I do have therapy on Friday. Maybe I'll bring up Spider-Man No Way Home before that. More likely, I will probably bring up the fact that Danny changed the podcast schedule for our Star Wars The Rolling Tape episodes 18 times on me to try to get me to not participate. Lo and behold, I'll be there.
Did you really?
I'll be there, baby. Look out for those on the
Only
feed.
one part of that is true. The second part is a vast stray from the truth.
Nonetheless, my pod, I make the rules. Okay, Dan, you've got number 8 here on the draft. We're getting into a little bit serious territory, and I feel like we need to have some more serious conversations about what is making the cut and what isn't, particularly what we were talking about at the top of the list. I'm getting nervous now.
I was gonna sidebar. I was gonna say,
yeah. Let's sidebar.
With who?
Who do you think, Des?
Because it's definitely not gonna be me.
I might sidebar with both of you during this pick. Ethan, I'm weighing my options, and I do feel like there's a chance it's time, because if in my perfect world, I would play them at 5 and 2.
Shit.
But it's risky. It's really
that's
risky.
High risk. Nobody's played a veto yet, and Des has 2 vetoes.
It would be like the white noise situation I found myself in, where I chose not to play it at 8, and ultimately I couldn't get it on the board.
Yeah, that was a tough beat. I
feel like I need to learn from my mistakes, and because if I don't go that, I think I would stay with franchise territory here. Actually.
No, I think you should go with one. I think there is one that should be played here and one that should be played much higher for you and I.
Okay.
I think the one that I'll let you make the call, but I know you're right in your heart. I know the vibes are right on your end.
All right. I'm going to go with the film that I actually watched for the first time today in prep for this at number 8, which is David Cronenberg's Cosmopolis.
Oh, okay.
Is
that what you guys are worried about?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily worried about Cosmopolis.
Oh, okay.
You're Cronenberg head, right?
Oh.
You ride for Crone? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Have you seen Cosmopolis, Des? Of
course.
Fuck.
What do you think of it?
Danny, we were wrong. She just didn't log it.
I just didn't log it. I figured that was it. I was because I'm looking through all the movies. I'm like, I've seen all these fucking movies. What's going on here?
We saw you didn't log it, and we were like, wait, we have to, because we both watched it today for the first time. That's why we were talking about it.
We did.
And we were like, wait, Des hasn't logged this, but we really want it on the board.
No, this was like when I was watching I watched that movie before I knew who Cronenberg was. Off just the sheer star power of Robert Pattinson and my obsession. Nice. So I haven't seen it since then. I don't know if it's good, but I know that I had a good time with it. That's about as much as I can remember.
So this is Robert Pattinson as a billionaire who is essentially trying to manage his life's wealth as his life begins to crumble, and he is doing that all from inside a limo during a riot of sorts. And it's very abstract and political and very wild, very Cronenberg too. It's Cronenberg, and it's not body horror Cronenberg, but it's Cronenberg ideologically.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty core Cronenberg with its ideologies, because the movie at 3 separate points in 3 different acts uses the phrase "my prostate is asymmetrical" as an incredible tactile turning point in the narrative. only Cronenberg, you know?
Yeah.
Also, this movie is adapted from a Don DeLillo book, which I think is important, as was White Noise. Something adapted much I differently.
Learned from my mistakes. I left White Noise off the Noah Baumbach board, but not Cosmopolis off the Art Pats board.
Noah Baumbach.
Yeah, in a multitude of ways. I also watched Cosmopolis for the first time today. I really liked this movie. That it was really good. I think it is a very hard movie to penetrate, and if you're not like locked in the first 15 minutes, then I see your look, Des. I was talking about a movie. What are we doing here? Hard movie to penetrate on a multitude of ways, considering Pattinson has sex like 8 times in this film.
And seemingly never feels a thing, which is very Cronenberg coded. Very crash coded.
Yeah.
He basically, every time he has sex, he's just like, so people are out to get me, huh? Which I think is really great.
Talking about credible threats and asset management.
So real.
Yeah. Juliette Binoche is in this movie, which is what I texted Danny about to get him to watch this movie. I think that again, like this movie is very difficult. It's very kind of like ethereal in its language, and so it is very out there, but it is it's a really good movie, and it's really fascinating. A great kind of Paul Giamatti performance for like 13 minutes at the end of this movie, which is completely unhinged. A lot of this movie kind of doesn't make sense, but I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Cronenberg's like Mount Rushmore for me. And so I think if you're not deep in the well of Cronenberg, this is not going to make sense, because it's speaking to a lot of ideas that he's explored throughout his entire career. And not a lot of them are very clear without that context, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long for you, Des, right? No like real thoughts on Cosmopolis.
Generally, I don't think I've seen this like since high school.
Dang. Okay. Well, I think it's important to bring up, kind of as you did earlier, Danny, where Cosmopolis falls in the Pattinson filmography, because this movie comes out 1 year after Breaking Dawn Part 1 and comes out the same year as Breaking Dawn Part 2. I'd be really curious the release schedule of both of these movies and how they did box office wise. I wonder if that like franchise lead up to a big finale kind of aided this at all. But I do think this kind of starts a really interesting thing that Pattinson does, which is working with pretty remarkable auteurs. Like we mentioned, he's working with Nolan right now. He works with Cronenberg here. He has obviously worked with Claire Denis. He's worked with like a lot of really important art makers, which I think is a great, conversation piece for Cosmopolis, a movie ultimately about art versus commerce and what that does to the world. So I find that really fascinating.
Yeah. I think it's also in conversation with the criticism that he faced during Twilight, that he was very like stilted and cold. Yeah. And he is playing into that in a way with Cosmopolis, but that's also very much within the dialect of David Cronenberg. So it's kind of a fascinating pushback on that in a way.
That's really good. Okay. We feeling pretty good so far? You guys want to keep going?
Let's do it.
Okay. There's a great Kevin Durand performance in Cosmopolis as well, doing like a completely unnecessary Brooklyn accent that doesn't make any sense at all. He's like, yeah, we got a threat. It's credible.
That's your Brooklyn accent?
No, I didn't say I was going to do it. I just said he sounds something of the sort.
Got it.
Okay. On to the next one. Diz, you got 7. This is serious territory here.
Serious. We're getting serious here?
Get collaborative, get serious.
I should make a really serious choice then, I feel.
Sounds like you are straying far from that. Based on that energy.
I'm like, Twilight's coming out.
I know.
I think. Yeah, I think we need to let's just get the big one out. Dune Part 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, I was between Cosmopolis and that for 8.
Okay. Dune Part 2 here at number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You've seen this movie?
No. No.
Okay.
And I won't.
And why is that?
Everyone's seen it enough for me. The only Spice I'm interested in is Spice World with the Spice Girls. So
see, this is where I'm at with Spider-Man. Everyone's seen it. The fans are being served. It's not for me, and that's okay.
And there we go. You can't make me watch it.
I
didn't even watch it for the film road draft. So
it's crazy work. Yeah, I tried my hardest. 2 drafts to get you to watch this movie. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
This is obviously the follow-up to Dune, the Denis Villeneuve movie adaptation of Frank Herbert's novels, following Paul Atreides. If you don't know what Dune is, I don't know if you really watch movies. I got to be honest. It's kind of a movie that has like really pierced the culture, and I'm not even like a huge Dune guy. Like, I really like Dune Part 2. I like it much more than Dune 1. And I am adequately excited for Dune Part 3, a movie that both Zendaya and Robert Pattinson will be in together this year. But I'm not out here on the streets being like, Dune Part 2, one of the best there's ever been. I just think it's really good.
You think that people are going to doo-doo on us for it being at number 7?
I don't think so. This feels perfect to me at a 7 spot.
Yeah, I think it's a fair spot. I mean, there's still a lot of great movies on the board. And this has a really good Zendaya performance, but like it's also still not quite fully her movie.
Yeah.
And so I think it's fair to say like supporting or even co-lead is fair for like the 7 to 10 range. And then 1 through 5 are like, this is their movie, right?
Right. Okay.
So, Des, are you going to be seeing Dune Part 3 or no?
No. Okay. Maybe in TikTok clips.
In 187 segments.
Yeah. We are, interestingly enough, recording on the same day that Warner Brothers abruptly announced that IMAX 70mm tickets for Dune Part 2 would go on sale 8 months early. So that happened this morning, the morning that we were recording. When listeners hear this, it'll be the day prior. I heard that there was all kinds of problems. Danny, did you try to get tickets at all to this?
So I heard about it minutes before. I logged on at 12:04, snagged 2 of the last ones available for my local IMAX. Got them. Wow. Got out of the site, went back in to see if there were better seats, sold out.
Woo!
Wow.
That's work, Danny. Nice. And is this an IMAX 70mm screening?
I don't think I don't really go to this theater very often because it's pretty far outside the city. It's King of Prussia, Des.
Yeah, that's about like 35, 40 minutes out.
Yeah. So I don't think it's 70mm.
It is.
It is? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. It is. I'd go there very
must be so nice to live where you guys live. You're like, oh, 70mm. Cool. Didn't even know I'm going to that. I am literally traveling to Los Angeles and planning my entire year around going to see The Odyssey in IMAX 70mm. So
I didn't. Where was my invite?
Big deal to some of these people. Oh,
Oppenheimer
no.
This is a
bros trip.
Movie I've gone to this theater to see in 70mm. So
okay, I skipped day 1 of New York Film Festival to go see Oppenheimer in 70mm, and can attest, worth the travel. Okay, so Dune Part 2. I think a good slot for Zendaya. I think good arguments to be made here. Zendaya since 2024 is interesting. Dune Part 2, Challengers, and then takes a year off and has got the drama in 26. So that's fascinating. Okay. My pick at 6. Is now a good time to maybe like lay the ground for what's still got to come out? What do you mean no?
I said I had those 7 that hadn't been played yet. They still. I played Cosmopolis, so I'm down to 6 that 1. I think should still be play.
Okay. I am at 6 right now that I think should be played.
I'm at 7.
So are we this?
Wow.
Okay. So I feel like we're in a good spot, like generally speaking.
Maybe. I actually have a strong suspicion that at least one of mine that's not on my list is on your guys' list. So we're going to see some divergence coming up, I think.
Okay, interesting.
So I'm a little bit worried. And nobody's played any abilities yet. I feel like it's been pretty...
I know.
I feel like we've been a little bit too nice, and I just feel like we're at a little bit of a tipping point here. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be so honest. I thought the Dune Part 2 was gonna throw a wrench in it a little bit.
No.
You
like
thought
I
we
said,
would want it higher?
Maybe like 2 more spots.
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
worth
okay
it.
with it at 7 because I thought about playing it at 8, but I thought that was maybe a spot or two too low. So I generally agree with this list where we're at right now.
Okay, so I feel like I'm in a real pickle because I have a disease where I don't remember how people feel about movies, even after I talk to them about them. So I don't know where you guys are at on one of these movies that I want. So I can't figure out if I want to play it now or wait. Danny, let's sidebar for a second, Danny. The other movie we were referencing, you want to play it high.
That's gonna rage quit.
Right? You want to play it high.
I was gonna go pretty high. Yeah.
You're gonna go pretty high. Okay.
It's a movie I haven't seen.
Well,
you haven't logged it.
You haven't logged it.
So I think now I know what that movie is.
Okay. Have you seen it? If you think you know what it is?
No.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. To that effect, though, Danny, we got to be careful. If you go to play it high, we could get fucked.
I know.
Not make the list.
I have a power, though, that could unfuck us.
Oh, you do. You have the veto override. So that means I have to play it. I'll play it at 3. You want to be collaborative?
I can do 3. Yeah.
You got to give me a concession, though. You got to give me a concession on like 2. We got to come to something here. You know what I mean? Because I can't blow my pick.
If I can guess the movie, can I say that you guys can't play it that high?
You could say it, but I don't think it would mean anything.
Yeah, it might not stop us.
Right. Okay.
Okay. This is kind of why I wanted to like put the list out there and be like, where are we aligned on what needs to be played? But I feel like that might deflate the draft a little bit.
We have basically the same amount of movies that we think
I think they're different, though.
But they might be different lists.
I know.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm really
Space
worried.
Jam: A New Legacy?
No.
Ethan, I would collaborate.
What if I was just like Malcolm and Marie, number 1?
But I need to see what you play at 6, because that will give me insight into what you would want at 2.
Okay. Can we have a super duper honesty collaboration moment real fast?
All of us or just you and Danny?
I guess all of us is okay.
All right.
I am worried that if I don't play the Batman here, it won't get played. Or is the Batman on your guys' short list?
It's definitely in my 6 remaining titles.
It's in there at some point.
Okay. We feel good. We could a little higher. I'd really prefer top 5.
I would
really like if that movie that you guys are conspiring about not be top 3.
Okay, well let's make a deal, Des. I'll play that here if you play something for me at 4. Then we get the best of both worlds.
At 4?
And I'll play that movie here now, so it doesn't make the top 3.
Okay.
Is that for real though? Like, can I trust you? Can I believe you?
No, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it because I know that people like actually like that movie, so I don't want to like completely like disregard it, but I don't want it any higher.
Okay, Danny, how do you feel about that?
We're talking about the Batman going to 4.
Yeah, that's ultimately what I need here. I need a solid concession
and
that the Batman will make the 4.
Ethan's willing to concede playing the movie that I want at 2 at 6. So I'm the only one getting rammed in this deal.
I mean, you have a veto, Danny.
Between the both of you. It's like fucking great penetrating.
Well, I mean, okay. I know the listeners have probably lost their minds and turned off the pod by now because we haven't mentioned the movie title, but I think it's adequate that Danny mentioned Railed because we are, of course, talking about Claire Denis' High Life. a movie about a sex dungeon on a spaceship in space. Are we all on board with this? Or fuck it. Let's just see what happens.
Wait, hold on. That's not the movie I thought.
Wow. Wrench has been thrown.
Whoa, wait.
Are you serious?
Guys.
That's not what you thought?
Not the movie I thought you guys were. Wait a minute.
What movie did you think we're talking about?
What movie is this?
Okay, we got to backtrack all of this
Put
conversation.
that out. What's going on here?
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. What's going on? Who's in that?
Deal has been annulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stricken down at the last moment.
Backtracking on that. So where did you want to put it, Danny?
I think this is a top 3 performance from him. So
Yeah.
I have been gearing up to play it at 2 and play a veto override if needed.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we want so we're gonna save the conversation on Claire Denis' High Life for when we play this movie, not being played here at 6.
Mm-hmm.
So where does that leave the Batman? Am I like this is what I care about. I guess I could play it at 3, but then if someone vetoes it, I'm fucked.
If we're having an open and honest conversation, can I ask if either of you are plan on playing a specific movie?
Of course, please.
And it not be thrown in my fucking face.
I can't agree to that.
Right. Okay. So let's just move on.
No. Okay, I can agree. Tell me the movie.
No, Ethan, because I know how you get. You're crossing your fingers and toes right now where I can't see it, and you're gonna go.
No, I don't want to get boned on this play.
Des,
okay,
Des,
I want to make sure we all get what we want. Collaboration.
Des, let's sidebar. Let's sidebar.
Sidebar
Okay.
my ass.
All right, Danny. Let's sidebar real quick.
Okay.
So I have a question. Do you plan on playing the King at all?
I do not.
Okay. Do you think Ethan will?
Des, post-production value. Up the volume.
I don't.
It's a secret.
I don't think I've heard him talk about this movie on a prior draft. It was pretty low. It came out pretty low on the Timmy draft, I want to say. So I don't think he's going to play it top 5.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. No. Play your Batman right now. Go ahead.
Ethan, I'll play it at 5 if you want.
Will you really? Why do I not believe you though? That's it's a superhero movie. I don't trust you with comic book films.
It's the Batman.
I know.
The Batman 22.
The look that you just gave, Danny, is I just lied to you and you almost took the bait. I don't want to be baited. I've been baited on this pod hundreds of times.
By who?
What's crazy?
You tell me.
Right.
Probably both people in this room.
Yeah,
exactly.
100% accurate. Okay, so in
Ethan,
the 8 minutes we've been talking about this, we've made no progress.
On my list.
Right.
Okay. I need the Okay, we're all in agreement that the Batman has to make the list. Okay, we feel good about that.
Sure.
I mean, you can play it at 6 and guarantee it, or you can play. You can let me play it at 5 and play something else you want to make sure it gets on the list.
Okay, that's fair. I will trust my friend. You know, and then if you lied to my face,
he's gonna backdoor
I probably just
you.
I won't ever talk to you again. Which really wouldn't work out for me because I need guests for this pod. Like I need air. So
in
the
pod
6th
is not
spot,
in the business of unfriending people.
No.
Even though I don't think there's been a single pod where people have walked away being like, "We're better friends." I think it's just can't unfriend.
No.
At number 6, I'm going to be playing Good Time.
Ooh,
I'm gonna put this movie on the list. This is the 2017 collaboration between the Safdies and Robert Pattinson. Basically, after a botched bank robbery, lands his younger brother in prison. He has to go through a single after-hours-esque night to kind of break his brother out of the hospital, out of prison. Find drugs and a myriad of legal troubles, and things end not an ideal situation. I think Pattinson's really good here. I think the Pattinson special, as we will probably see, and we have seen sparks of, and we'll probably see in Dune Part 3, is like the really weird kind of wired out guy. And he does that really well here in Good Time, where he's just kind of on edge the whole time. And you don't really know what his next move is going to be. And the entire movie is staked on that premise. He's also good at yelling, and he's good at running, and all things that transpire in this movie.
Do you think that he has a good time?
I think that he thinks that he has a good time. And I think that he's like enveloped in the world enough to be like, this is what it's about. You know?
Who has a worse time, him or Uncut Gems?
Oh, definitely Howard and from Uncut Gems. Like a worse time?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, at the end, certainly.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me walk that back. I think Howard has a better time because he gets to lock the people in the room and he gets to be like, I'm having a good time watching my Celtics, you know?
Right.
Pats doesn't get to do that in this movie.
It's crazy
He's
to
just
feel like
running
that
around.
passionate about a team, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Good time at 6. Are we? Any vetoes? Any thoughts?
Nope.
This was number 6 on my list. So you've hit it on the money twice for me.
2 for 2.
With
You'll
12
love to
and
see
6.
It. Okay. I'll take it. I think a very important movie in the Pattinson filmography. This movie comes, let's see. Let's look through here. When does this movie come out? What did I say? 2017? Comes out right after The Lost City of Z. And right before he makes a movie called Damsel, which I've never heard of. And then High Life and The Lighthouse and The King. Okay. Sorry for the Damsel slander. I didn't know we had so many supporters in the chat. God damn.
This is the Damsel shooters.
Whoa. Okay. Cool. Danny, you're up at 5.
Okay. Okay.
You're evil villaining your way between your hands. You're like rubbing them. You're like, oh.
The thing is, I felt so good about it. Like, I made an honest deal. I do honestly have it at 4 on my list. But then as you were talking, I started to think about how the rest of this draft is going to unfold. And I want to offer you a deal. I want to offer
You're such a piece of shit, Danny. You're such a piece of shit.
I'll uphold it. I'll play it at 5 if you play something for me at 3.
It depends what you want, but I'm listening.
There's only so many options. Like what I would want at 3 like isn't out of the question. Like it's going to be something insane.
I have an idea of what 3 should be. I'm curious if we're aligned.
I'm realizing my actual number 1, I have a like growing concern might not be on the list.
Make the list. Okay. So what do you want me to play at 3?
I think Mickey 17 should be on this list.
And there's the divergence. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen.
Which means I have to zag. I have to.
God, fuck you, man. That's crazy. Okay, wait. So I just got boned. I got screwed by my 2 best friends.
Railed. 2? I wasn't even involved in the. You guys keep fucking sidebarring without me. You didn't get screwed,
honestly,
boned, or penetrated by me, even. So let's make that clear.
I'm never doing a collaborative draft again. It's done. That format, it has been retired. We gave it a good run. It was fun while it lasted. People took advantage of it, and they hurt my heart. And honestly,
people in this Danny.
Everyone's got powers, buddy. You still have powers.
Okay. Oh shit, you're right. Let's see what happens, Danny. Make something happen, brother.
Oh, this is crazy because now I'm probably Des. Where are you at on Mickey 17? By the way,
no one wants to do deals with me, so why does it matter?
I'm open. I'm deal making.
Right now is the time.
God, this is when everyone should be watching this. Danny, you just had the craziest fucking look in your eye when you said that. I don't trust you. I don't trust you right now. I have to be honest. For the first time, like I think ever, I don't trust you. So
follow your gut, Des. I can not a trustworthy guy. I can tell you
No.
with experience.
I know. Real recognizes real.
Well, now I'm fucked because if I play it, it's getting vetoed and it's not going to show up on here, which I think is just a brutal mistake for the list. Not in the top 13 is crazy.
Don't try to guilt trip the list. It's never been about the list, okay, Danny?
It's about the list. If not the list, then what are we all talking about here?
Just play it. See what happens.
I mean,
know
you know
I think you
what?
really revealed your hand. You fucked yourself.
Danny, go ahead and play it, because now I'm thinking about the movie again.
You're thinking about Mickey 17?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how things could go. I could play it. Ethan's gonna veto it.
Yeah.
And force
Well,
me
you
to
don't know
play
that for
Batman.
sure.
But if I don't play it, it basically comes down to Dez playing at either 1 or 4. That's the only way it gets on the board.
No, so okay, now I think you've mistaken what I just said. I'm thinking about the movie. That does not mean I have it in my bag of tricks to be playing later. That's not
Well,
what's
right,
gonna happen.
No, I
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
See,
sit on that
Okay,
and spin.
I'm
Fuck-
gonna. Now knowing all this information, it's been forced. This isn't. I want to uphold the deal, but my hand has been forced by the information in front of me.
Sure.
I have to
You
play
tried
Mickey
to stage
17.
a coup, and your hand has been forced.
Yeah. What is that? What is that about? So you want to play Mickey 17 at 5? Did I hear that correctly?
do.
That's the official play.
That's the official play.
A word, please.
With who?
Fuck off. I'm gonna veto that.
Right.
A word, please. Fuck off. Veto override.
You can't play
You
a
can't
veto
do it
override
on
on
your
your own
own.
on your own play.
Fuck. What?
Danny,
What?
this is why I call it out at the beginning of every collaborative draft. And I knew that you thought you had it banked.
Oh, he thought
You
he
cannot play an
ate.
override on your own pick.
You thought you ate that, Danny. That's actually really embarrassing for you.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
Tough, bruh. What are you gonna put here now?
So you
Oh.
like Mickey 17. I don't really like it. I don't think it's that good of a movie. Des, you're pro.
I like the movie. I think if we're going off of just like sheer performance, I think he did an incredible job.
Yeah. It's fair.
That's yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Like a deserving job to land on the list.
Yeah, that's why I didn't veto it.
Wow.
Damn.
What an absolute topsy-turvy 6 and 5 this has been. It's a real
Wow.
turmoil here. Has hit the draft.
It's a real challenge.
A second
Some might
veto
say.
has hit the draft. No, see, but that's the thing. If we were gonna all conspire for our top
Mhm.
3 picks, I think
Mhm.
Challengers is top 3.
Absolutely.
So I think where we've landed is High
Danny,
Life
fix your face.
and
Fix your face,
Challengers
Danny. I don't like that.
are top 3 movies.
Ethan, we might have to sidebar.
You and I?
We might.
I could get
Yeah.
crazy here.
There's
I could-
I
far
don't
too
know.
much. There is far too much deal making going on in this podcast. This
No,
is
because
out of
when
hand.
when you said challengers, and I was like, hell yeah, like top 3. Danny was like, his eye twitched a little bit. I think he's gonna try to fuck us with the veto override. He's gonna bone us, penetrate
Oh
even.
shit. Yeah, could be. All right. Well, let's make Danny play 5, and then Des. We'll get into
Yeah.
territory where you have 2 picks left.
Yeah.
We can sidebar a little bit from there.
All right. Yeah. No, you're right.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Back to Genuine
Mhm.
5.
Mm-hmm.
If we cut out the last 10 minutes, I do think the Batman is a really good play at number 5.
If we got the last 10 minutes.
You're like, let's just pretend none of that transpired. Batman, good movie, right, guys? Like, what the
Mind
fuck?
you, the last 10 minutes had me howling.
I think the Batman is a great 5 spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's a great 5 spot. But if I'm gonna play the Chaos Agent role, then playing Challengers would be really funny right now.
Hilarious even.
I'd chuckle.
I'll play the Batman though.
Yeah. Watch yourself.
Didn't have it in you. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I just knew.
Okay.
I mean, Des would then veto me, and I'd end up back at the Batman.
It's true. Not worth it. Okay, Batman thoughts? Anybody?
Batman thoughts? Yeah. Well, it's amazing. The certain asterisk on my anti-superhero regime.
I love that you call it a regime, self-implied regime going on over there. Okay.
I love the Iceberg Lounge.
Mm-hmm. Huge fan.
Huge.
Yeah. Look, we talk about the Batman all the time here on this pod. I think it's like a draft favorite of ours amongst a mix of guests. I know Ben, infamously not a fan of the Batman, proceeded to draft the Batman in several instances, much to my demise and chagrin. This movie's I don't know. I think it is ultimately one of the very best comic book adaptations pretty much ever. I'm obviously very excited for the Batman Part 2. I think this is a great movie. Love it.
I would agree.
Okay. Now we've reached the top 4. Des, you got 4. I got 3. Danny, you got 2. Des, you got 1. Yep. I'm the only person that's played 1 veto.
Yep.
We've talked about challengers.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about High Life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Twilight is still on the board. This is a movie that probably needs to be played. And then we have another spot. So where are you at, Des? What are we trying to do here?
Danny, why'd you make that face?
Yeah, what was that little physical reverberation?
In my head, we were past the territory that Twilight would exist in.
No.
Yeah, it is for me, way past the territory, but Des is here. So we gotta respect.
Yeah.
And owns 2 of the 4 remaining picks.
Yeah.
So number 4 is Twilight.
Okay.
You're lucky I didn't put it at 1.
Yeah. 100% agree, actually. So this is a best of all scenarios.
Yeah. Danny,
don't veto this.
Please
I'm not gonna veto it.
Okay.
Listen, I'm pretty sure I'm more of a Twilight fan than Ethan is.
Bitch, I almost thought you said me. I almost jumped through my computer screen to get you.
Whoa.
Love you.
Have you seen the entire franchise, Danny?
I have.
Okay.
I'm primed to talk about this in 13 days.
You are.
In 13 days?
Mm-hmm.
On Dez's podcast.
Oh, wow. So you got an invite back. Huh.
Yeah.
Mine must have got lost in the mail. That's very strange.
This is not
Danny's
an invite you want.
This is, you've been burdened with the responsibility.
This was pitched to me by saying, do you want to get jumped on a podcast? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah. It's me, Bobby, and my good friend bestie Asia versus Danny.
Man, good luck. Hopefully you can come back on another draft if you make it out alive.
That might be the end of my podcasting career.
Yeah, you might be over after that. Twilight, obviously the much famous adaptation of the young adult series of books. Comes out in 2008. Also stars Kristen Stewart. This is 5 movies, right, Des?
Yes, November 21st, 2008, and then New Moon comes out November 20th, 2009. That's my birthday. It is directed by Catherine Hardwicke. They had like 0 budget. It is technically considered like an indie movie. That famous blue hue. It was filmed in multiple locations: Forks, Washington, Port Angeles, St. Helens, Oregon, and a little bit of Vancouver, BC, Canada. They hit all the spots. It is now a global phenomenon and always and forever will be.
Mm-hmm. I did watch the first one in prep for this draft. I don't think it's a good movie, but I had a great time watching it with my wife.
I know. I messaged Molly about it.
Oh, okay. I thought so. She was very, very smitten with the fact that apparently both of you have been in her DMs as of late. She is pulling the friend of the pod card pretty strong these days. So maybe we'll have to get her on for a draft one day. Who's to say?
Oh, I would love that.
We'll just draft Flintstones characters because that's one of her favorite movies of all time. Okay.
Viva Rock Vegas?
No, the first one.
Right.
Okay. Top three.
Yeah.
Hit the top three.
We're there.
We're there.
I think I know how this is going.
How do you think this is going to go?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the 3 movies that each of us is going to select.
Well, I know 2 of them. I'm a little less sure on the third. What's the third?
I feel like Des and I have both already said out loud what we're playing in each of these, which just leaves the third to be you. So,
okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If we want to go High Life number 1, is that what we want to ultimately end up with here?
Forgot about that movie.
I'm cool with High Life or Challengers being number 1. Let me walk that back. I want Challengers to be number 1. Can we get there?
That's sort of what I assumed Des would play at 1.
Guys,
Des, you're holding out on us with information. Help us along.
There's some other selections here, though.
Like
we
Mickey
did reference
17.
The King earlier. Is this a good spot for Goblet of Fire?
Ethan, you play too fucking much. So the other selections that need to be in the conversation here. The Boy and the Heron.
No.
Oh, interesting.
He just voices a heron. Like, good job, brother. Sounds cool.
I think that's a
Top
cool
Ethan,
play.
Ethan,
Absolutely not.
show me the bird that you voiced.
I'm a father. I'm busy. I can't voice things.
Right.
I don't have any free time.
He's also a father.
He's a father. Tasuki Waterhouse's child.
Yeah.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
I mean,
relax
also
a little
his
bit. He's got
child.
1 kid. I've got 2. Let's just go.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
Put some
yeah,
respect.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. All right.
I really don't think that's top 3. There's just
The Lighthouse.
no world. Yeah. So the Lighthouse is the third.
That's what I assumed Ethan was playing at 3.
Okay.
Well, I am pro.
I guess I really only leave Challengers then, or I could do a Zendaya decom.
No, not in the top 3. We're way past that, Des. Gotta be serious. Danny, it kind of falls on you. You're the. I don't have any vetoes. You've got a veto.
Can we do uncredited roles?
In top 3?
I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I think that's like a 13 or 12 spot. Marty Supreme not on the list.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I actually looked that up because I saw it and I was like, I honestly didn't know. And I had to scroll through all the way to the bottom of the letterbox list to find he was a commentator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the right order for the top 3 is High Life, the Lighthouse, Challengers. That's how I would roll up.
High Rise,
High
Challengers. Life. Do I say High Rise? I think that's the Tom Hiddleston movie. And then Beyonce's Lemonade at the top.
No, we've had the Lemonade conversation before. Des.
Yeah, remember when you mixed up me and Bobby?
Yes. I listened to that back and I almost choked at my desk at work when it happened.
It's not my fault that both you and Bobby are on 3 out of the 4 episodes this month of the draft. Okay?
I love it.
They all blend together. I don't know what to tell you.
They all start to look the same?
That's definitely not what I said. That's not what I said. Okay. It's giving real drama vibes of like my husband grew up around guns. Which
that shit was crazy.
I'll say one of the better moments of the movie for sure. Okay, how do we want the 3? We need to make a decision.
I think that you've called it exactly how it's going to be. High Life, the Sex Dungeon 3rd.
Sure.
2, the Lighthouse.
Challengers 1.
Then Challengers 1.
Okay. So I will do that. I will play High Life at number 3. This is the 2018 movie from Claire Denis. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, and I remember really enjoying it. And I wanted to rewatch it. It was the one rewatch I wanted to do for this pod. I didn't get to it. But basically is about a crew of death row inmates on a space shuttle that go missing. And there is a lot of diabolical things that happen on this spaceship. There is a sex dungeon. There is Mia Goth. This would be our second Juliette Binoche movie to make the list. Mm-hmm. Andre 3000 is in this movie as well. And of course, led by Robert Pattinson, who plays kind of an interesting role in this movie, if I remember correctly, because he has a daughter that is on Earth. And so we get this fatherly construct from him that we don't get in a lot of other movies that he is in, that I think warrants this kind of top 3 selection. And I kind of mentioned earlier working with auteurs, taking like kind of some hard lefts in his filmography. And I think this really, really does that.
Where do the prisoners go? What happened to them?
Dude, I don't remember.
Okay,
Do
well,
you
I
know?
haven't seen it, so.
Well,
You haven't seen this movie? Oh, right.
No.
the prisoners are aboard the spaceship.
Right.
Oh, the crew has vanished and the prisoners are left to their own devices. Am I remembering that correctly? I think so.
I think the crew is all of the prisoners except for Juliette Binoche, who's like the doctor on board.
Who is a sex addict.
Correct. Shaman of semen, as the movie calls her.
Shaman of what?
It's giving real semen demon vibes, which I really appreciate.
Like it's literally
Real
semen demon.
Semen demon?
Legitimately semen demon, the movie.
It really is. Semen demon : Lost in Space. This is the porn spinoff of
she's
High Life.
literally obsessed with taking every male male's seed.
Wasn't that what Dune? Wasn't that Avatar? It's supposed to be Avatar the Seed Bearer. This is supposed to be Avatar 4, right? Or Avatar 3? Seed Bearer. I think we should name
starring Juliette Binoche.
we should name more movies sexual innuendos, and I think they would just perform immaculately better at the box office.
Oh, there's one that I don't know why it always just comes to mind every time I think of the movie, but the earlier Fantastic Four, but it's Fantastic Four: Some Rise of the Silver Dildo.
Checks out.
Right.
There's
totally understood.
There's a silver dildo in High Life.
Right.
Things get really, really weird if I remember correctly.
Imagine that he does this right now.
This is great. Please don't. There's an actor in this movie, Lars Eidinger.
Oh.
He's in White Noise. He's in J. Kelly. He's in a couple of other things, but most notably, a really deep cut. He is in the HBO Max series Irma Vep, directed by Olivier Assayas, who basically turned his own movie into a modern miniseries, and he is lights out in that show. So if you're looking for a show to watch, stars Alicia Vikander. It's a good one.
Oh, Ex Machina?
Yeah, that would be her.
Mm.
Okay, so we've got High Life at 3. Danny, going to 2?
Mickey 17.
Yo.
Okay.
Yo, he just boned the fuck out of you, Ethan.
Yeah, that's my brain really stopped working there for a second. I just had to make sure I was clocking what was said. Okay.
The audio gap on that is going to play so funny.
Just put like crickets.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm being chaotic. I actually will play The Lighthouse if we really think that's the play. I think it would be I was honestly gonna go Mickey 17 just to force Des to use a veto, just to put it on the record that I think Mickey 17 is up there.
I think the real position I was going to take was I was going to make Ethan beg me to use the veto.
I think all fair things. I actually don't have as much of a problem with this as I think that I do, or as you guys might think that I do, because The Lighthouse, while I would petition for it to be on this list because it is him working with Robert Eggers doing really weird, dark shit, we have a couple of those vibes already from Pattinson on this list. It's also a two-hander, which we have in the drama, right? So
stop saying that.
Robert Pattinson, the king of the two-handers. And so I don't mind Mickey 17, albeit number 2 is god-awful. But
yeah,
him doing a silly, goofy role with Bong Joon-ho, playing 2 roles. I think there's a lot of good things in this movie.
Naomi Aki.
Well, how about this? Let's go through like drama, serious, Tenet, serious, Die My Love, serious, Rover, serious, kind of funny though.
Cosmopolis,
serious, Good Time, like in between, a little bit of both.
I'd say.
Good Time.
Batman, serious, Twilight. He takes it seriously.
Well, yeah. All right. Okay.
And High Life, serious.
Yeah, I think the argument's to be made. I just don't personally really like this movie. That's all there is to it.
But do you not like the movie, or do you not like his performance? Because he does have a dual role in this.
I think his performance is good.
Not great.
I think like my total thoughts on the movie stop me from being like, this is a great performance.
No, yeah, I get that. That's why I alluded to in the beginning when we were talking about extracting the performance versus your feelings on the overall movie. I think The Lighthouse is a great performance, and what he does with Willem Dafoe is lights out. So I have no problem with it at 2. I just thought it would play pretty funny to do what I did. So I'm here for the content.
I'm good with either as long as we get challengers at 1. I don't mind.
Okay.
Des, what do you think is the rightful 2?
I guess it really depends on Ethan, because I mean,
Des can
have
really
the veto.
decide. It doesn't matter what I play. Des can play the veto, and I would have to choose the other one.
Yeah, I'm good. Stick with Mickey 17.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Really?
Sure.
That's shocking.
I think that's a good argument to be made. I think The Lighthouse is a little, like, I think we've reached overhyped territory on The Lighthouse, to be honest.
Oh my God. Danny, do you have any powers left?
I have all my powers.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right, because you couldn't use your veto override on yourself. That's right. That was really silly of you.
So Mickey 17 is going at 2.
I mean, I'll play Mickey 17. Like, that's my number 1. And
yeah, that's cool.
I think him playing this silly, goofy character, but also having like 2 distinct personalities, doing the voices, all of it within a movie that I obviously prefer more than I'd say most people in general, and obviously both of you. I think it's a really unique performance from him and kind of stands out in his legacy. I do think I'm gonna get railed online for changing this from The Lighthouse.
Absolutely fucking two-handed and boned.
I think I'm gonna change the title of this draft to the railed and boned two-hander draft, collaborative draft.
Jesus Christ. the challengers draft.
Des, you got number 1. What are we going with here?
I think I have to. So I'm gonna say the big one, and it's gonna be Zendaya's decom frenemies.
You can't be serious.
Do something about it, Ethan. Play your power. Oh,
Danny, write this wrong.
I don't even know what was said. What words came out of Des's mouth are not familiar to me.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The second time I've had your brain start to boot up from just pure shock.
Scrolling through Zendaya's IMDb, trying to find something that aligns to the words I think I heard.
Frenemies?
Frenemies is a 2012 Disney Channel original movie starring Zendaya and Bella Thorne.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. 3 pairs of friends' relationships go from good to bad and back again. Several couple... there's not even real words in this description in Letterboxd.
You said
several couple fall out
Disney
over
Channel
girls.
Original movie.
Yeah, that's what a decom is.
Can all these couples settle their differences and be friends again? But
can they?
You are telling me you're going to put this on the list, Danny? Just veto it so we can see what happens. This is not real.
I only have 1 veto, so whatever she puts up next is final.
She has another decom. It's called Zapped.
Des, get real.
I guess.
I thought you're like Challenger's number 1 stan over here.
You guys are good. You're gonna have to trust me. Danny, you're gonna use the veto?
Trust Danny. I can't.
I'm gonna
pick door number 2.
The veto, but I have no say in what comes out of Dez's mouth next. So
Oh my god.
it could be
using the veto?
challengers.
Is
It
that what
could
you just
be
said?
something else. But I'll
Okay.
play the veto.
Yeah, it's gonna be challengers.
Oh, thank God. God, a fucking aneurysm. Jesus Christ.
For 10 picks, we were collaborative, and then the top
The last-
3 came, and we were like, how can we ruin each other's lives as much
Yeah.
as possible?
Wow. Okay, Des, speak on challengers for a second before we wrap this draft.
Wind, cheating,
Mhm.
bisexual,
Banana.
broken knee,
Mm.
tennis.
That should actually be the fan edited trailer. Just one words of exactly what it just
I think that's how
flashes
we
of scenes.
Are explaining things because it's just like all I need are like
Yeah.
those key words to know if I want to
Tennis.
see a movie. Tennis, cheating, bisexual, windy, like
Churro.
Yeah. Churro.
oh yes, the churro. Good
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, times
5-star
10.
5-star movie for you guys?
Oh, off rip. I saw that at
Yeah.
Which theater was that? It was PFS, maybe Bourse.
I don't know any of those words.
Well, this is for me and Danny right now. But
Sidebar.
yeah, right.
Whoa.
Just sidebar real quick. I saw it at Bourse. I feel like we actually no, I didn't see it there. I saw it at Landmark.
Mm.
Saw it at Landmark. Yeah. Yeah, because I still have the ticket on my phone, like the Apple Wallet one.
Wow.
I know I saved
Wow.
it because it was like
Commitment.
my last movies in Philly before I moved to Seattle. But I love that movie off rip. I said, "Whoa, absolute cinema!
Mhm.
This is something. We're working with something serious right here. This is real shit. Not everyone's gonna understand what we're working with here." Love the movie.
Love the movie. My favorite moment in Challengers is when Mike Feist gets held by Tashi, who is Zendaya's character. And it's right after she's basically just like, you need to win or you will not see me ever again.
Yeah.
And I think we should hang that in the Louvre. I think that is like really, really remarkable art.
I like when Patrick's being pathetic and everyone is just like everyone plays into it too. Like he rage baits the fuck out of them, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love this shit. It's classic.
Have you seen Challengers, Danny? Or
I have. I'm infamously a little bit lower on challengers than the public. I
oh
gave
really?
it 3.5. I gave it
Wow,
it's
rough.
a positive rating.
Oh,
You gave it a what?
You're anti-bisexual. Okay. Duly
3.5.
noted.
You're anti-bisexual?
Yeah, that's crazy, Danny.
That's crazy. Tough. It's crazy coming from you.
Wow.
Oh, it does.
I love challengers.
From a Yoshi primary Mario Kart driver.
No, exactly.
Okay, guys.
Some ally you are.
Well, we have, for better or worse, been allies to each other during this draft. We have completed the Zendaya Robert Pattinson collaborative draft here, also known as the what did we title this? The boned and railed two-hander collaborative draft. Of course, that'll do well on the SEO on YouTube. Okay, let's go through the list here. Any honorable mentions that we may have before we get out of here. At number 13, we've got The Drama. At number 12, Tenet. At number 11, Die My Love. Number 10, The Rover. Number 9, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 8, Cosmopolis. Number 7, Dune Part 2. Number 6, Good Time. Number 5, The Batman. Number 4, Twilight. Number 3, High Life. Number 2, Mickey 17. And number 1, Challengers. So while this is a Robert Pattinson heavy board, I would argue, Zendaya comes out on top with Challengers. Number 1. You guys feel good about this board? Feel good about the exercise that we did here?
This list is I just made some bullshit meme. just we were choosing things all willy-nilly. I love all these movies though, so I think it's cool.
I would argue really successful and really collaborative. I think we kind of like hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Like, I think obviously the lighthouse is going to be the omission that people are upset about. But there's always like this, the way this works is top 5, there's always going to be an omission because everyone's top 5 is different. And so once you get to that point, there's going to be something that's left out. I personally thought that once we got to top 5, we were past the zone that Twilight would exist in. So that's probably where I would have had the lighthouse. But
yeah, I think it's interesting that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of Pattinson's last 6 movies made the list. The one omitted in that time span was The Devil All the Time. This is the Netflix original movie from 2020 starring Tom Holland. Again, not the last time that we talked about him. Movie's not ideal, but Pattinson is not in it enough to really constitute being on the list, in my opinion. But I think we did pretty good. I think this board looks pretty solid. Danny, you mentioned Twilight being in the top 5. Is there anything you would change, Des, about this list?
Twilight higher.
Okay. So
Dune
Frenemies
Part
was
2
a bit,
not even
right?
on this.
Well, yeah, that would be literally impossible. How are you guys feeling about the future of Zendaya and Robert Pattinson? Both are going to be in The Odyssey. Both are going to be in Dune Part 3. Of course, Zendaya, I think this coming weekend, am I right? Euphoria Season 3 is premiering. So she's going to be in Euphoria for eight weeks there on HBO. Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be kicking off July summer box office. And then she's voicing Shrek, or not voicing Shrek, but she is voicing a character in Shrek 5 in 2027. Pattinson has kind of the same
The
slate.
Odyssey too, right?
Got The Odyssey as well. Got Dune Part 3. He's got the Batman Part 2, which during our recording was confirmed to begin filming in June in London. So that's very exciting for the Batman Part 2. And then he's got 2 other movies. One's called Here Comes the Flood. The other's called Prime Time, which I believe is a Chris Hansen biopic, which will be really interesting to see what he does with that.
The Predator guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That would be him. Okay.
Wow.
So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about this list. Feel pretty good about our exercise and ultimately about our friendship, even though Danny's a fucking backstabber. But that's okay.
Well.
We live to see another day. Massive thank you to you both, Des, Danny, for joining for the draft. Des, if people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Twitter at Movies with Des with an S. I have a podcast called What's On Tonight, where I talk about movies I like to recommend out to people with people that I like talking about movies with. And I also write and talk about things on The Rolling Tape.
What about you, Danny? If people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
You can find me hosting our weekly show over at The Rolling Tape as well. You can find me personally at DTJ Cinema on Twitter and Danny Jarabek everywhere else. Letterboxd, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky.
And as always, a big thank you to Ben and Sophie for co-hosting with me sometimes, but not very often, and burdening me with this collaborative nightmare that I have to deal with on occasion. Next week, we are building a movie. The draft that we were supposed to do this week until we move things around. Join myself, Bobby Miller, Jonathan Fuji, and we're going to talk about what studio, director, screenwriter, and more we would choose to make up the best movie, the ultimate movie. We have recorded it, and it's a good time. It's very, very fun and a very fun draft. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also now on YouTube with video. You can see all of Danny and Dez's, frankly, just perverse reactions to everything that happens here on the draft. Body language, huge key component of the Movie Draft Pod. New episodes will be released weekly on Tuesdays. We'll see you then.